Welcome to Montessori Wonder. This is part 2 of our spring unit study. In this video, we're diving into fun lessons, hands-on projects, and exciting activities that will bring this season to life. We're going to explore how plants grow, bug identification, weather, and invertebrate and vertebrate animals. So when I put together a lesson, I always like to see what exactly I want to focus with my kids. I have a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old. One of them is in kinder, the other one is in preschool. So for this unit study, there are certain things that I wanted. And I have here my binder. If you've been here with me from the beginning, this is where I keep track of my lesson planning. There are a few things that I wanted to focus on this spring. Number 1, reading material. Any books that are just going to help the lesson. For science, I want to make sure that I focus on how plants grow. So we are going to be doing some gardening. We're going to be looking at the parts of a plant, parts of a roots, parts of a flower. And I also want to do with my son bug identification. So that's part of what we're going to be diving in. Also, for my son, my 4-year-old, we're going to start talking about vertebrate and invertebrate animals. So this is like the perfect timing. We just finishing off a bird unit study and starting the spring study. So I'm going to use both what we are still learning, which is birds, which is a vertebrate animal, and invertebrate animals, which are bugs. So it's just gonna like mix beautifully together. We like to focus on it in spring is weather. You can honestly teach weather anytime or any season, but I like to use spring just because we can actually go outside and experience these things. And spring is it's not that bothersome, but like the perfect is nice and cool, perfectly warm, so it's not too hot or too cold. So I love to explore weather as well. So those are the things that I in my classroom I am going to be focusing on both of my children. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm bringing to the table to open up the spring season. First, I have my spring folder. I got this idea from my Montessori curriculum, and they have a folder for every season. So I have my spring folder, and I want to show you what we have in here. Also, I want you guys to know that right now, my sister and I are working on a spring unit study that we will provide for you for free. So if you are interested, please stay tuned so that when it releases, you can grab your spring unit study. So in the folder, there are things that I wanted to make sure that were in there. And one of them is what the weather looks like. So this is in all of my folders. What the weather looks like in that season. Attire. What it looks like outside. Maybe some animals that we see often during that time. Also holidays that we celebrate. Here you can add your own. Every culture celebrates different things according to culture and religion, but this is what's in here is what we celebrate. And food. So those are the things that I like to focus on when I'm putting this spring folder together. So I want you to see it. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see it. So this is what my spring folder looks like, and the color for spring is green. So in here, I have 3-part cards of different flowers because I've done flower identification in the past. Let me move this better. Flower identification in the past, and I also have it available as well. We do a lot of gardening in my house. Plus, I love for my children to have words. I want them to be able to communicate. So I like to provide a lot of words for them. You'll be surprised. First, children they pay attention to detail. So if they see a yellow flower, They may say, oh, look, mom, a yellow flower. But I like to provide the names of things so that we can actually have a better conversation about those things. But it almost empowers them as well and expands their vocabulary. So I'm all about that. I have a little game, I Spy, that I've made. I'm gonna include this in the spring unit study. I made this a long time ago. These my mother-in-law provided. She works out of school, so she had provided this for me. These are just pictures of bugs that we see. And I also provide, and this goes with this right here. What I have in here, I will provide this as well in the unit study that we're coming up with. This is the attire. This is the things that they need to get ready when they go outside for spring. Again, it's a little fun activity for them. Now, in this little pouch that I have here, this is where I provide, again, names of different flowers, pictures, and these are all high quality and all real pictures. Of course, you can provide art, but at least in this case, for this folder, I like to provide real high quality pictures. Again, things that we celebrate, holidays that we celebrate, and what spring looks like. And as I show these to my children, I'm having conversations with my children about what we see. Another thing that I like to add here that I forgot to mention is work that we do during that season. And I want to show you really quickly. I'm going to move my camera up. These are on my wall. I have here works that get done during the season. And I have gardening, planting, attire for spring. So we have there, some of them are in this folder. Some of them I like to display. So basically that folder is an introduction to the season. Also, if you hear that in the background, that's my son. He has quiet time and he uses his quiet time to play the drums. So I cannot escape that. So you'll hear that in the background. Just enjoy the music, the free music. And I don't like to leave it there. These 3-part cards came with my curriculum. So these just show in color, highlighted in color, the parts of the plants. So it's gonna be in a basket on the shelf, the science side, on the shelf. And we are going to go over this, not only with these 3-part cards, but also we're going to actually be looking at a real plant. For me, it's very important that my children not only learn on paper, but they can actually learn with experience. I think it's just, you can capture more when you can actually experience it yourself instead of just like pen and paper. So I have plenty of plants here that I can grab because I'm getting ready to get my plants out in the garden. So I have plenty of plants that I can grab. This is our science table here, our experiment table. So right here, right behind me, we're gonna take a look at plants, take them out of the soil so they can look at it themselves. You can get things like magnifying glass just to make it more interesting. Wow, the tomatoes, they're still young plants. They're baby plants. They're called seedlings.
Mommy, can I?
So for bug identification, what we are doing, I have these 3-part cards, and this is a game. So the lesson is a game. You have to be creative. Allow children to explore. Kids can get bored very quickly and they can also get distracted. So if the lesson comes in a form of a game, it's even better. Or an activity is even better. Not always you have to sit down with a pen and paper or a board. I personally don't use a board. Everything is a lot of the things are hands-on. I found these on Pinterest for free. And these are all 3-part cards, and this is a game. Every single one of them has a matching pair. I'll show you here. It's a perfect example. One with the name and one without the name. So you can play various games. Number one is just finding the matching pair. That's the first game that you can do. Number two, playing memory. You can put all of them like this. You can spread them around and they can play memory as well. And another game that we like to use, that I've used in the past, is providing the name for this one right here. This one has the full one, and most 3-part cards come with the picture and the name that you can cut off, and they can find the word and match it to the picture. Yeah, wasp. Under.
I think that's a bee. Okay.
So bug identification, again, it's mainly learning through play. I want to show you something else that we do. I've gotten these bugs. Again, my mother-in-law provided these. These are all bugs here. And I put them one in each of these here. And I also provide a magnifying glass, and this goes on the shelf as well, right next to the cards that I just showed you. And whenever they are curious, they could go in here and they can explore. They will ask me questions, and that's another way to provide information for kids that doesn't require paper. I have another one. I was blessed with this one here. I don't know where it's from. Geo Safari Jr. I was blessed with this microscope. And in here, it comes with a variety of slabs. The ones that I have right now are all bugs. So again, it looks like this. I'm gonna see if you can capture that. See if you can capture.
True or false? Black widow spiders make nice, neat webs. Press 1 for true. Press 2 for false. Sorry, let's try another question.
Another lesson that we are focusing on this, I focus on this every year, is gardening. Montessori emphasizes on gardening and taking care of the environment, which I absolutely love that. I started gardening vegetables a year ago, and it really gives you a different experience, and you almost look at the world differently, and you appreciate what's around you. Here we're doing gardening, and they have already, and I'll put in clips, they have already sowed seeds, and I don't have them around actually. Gardening just teaches environment care. As a Christian as well, because I am Christian, you almost appreciate God's creation as well. It's just the wonder that a small seed can grow something so abundant. You can teach math through gardening, and I will actually do that. I'm getting ready to get 2 books. One of them is called Math in the Garden, and the other one, I'm gonna pop it here, Math in the Garden and something along roots, shoots, and something like that. I'm getting ready to teach both of my children math in the garden. So again, going back to hands-on learning, it's my favorite kind of teaching, and they absolutely love it. They'll speak to me about it. They'll speak to their family members about it. So I know that they are mastering everything that I'm teaching them. That's my point. My point is for my children to grow and just love their school experience and their homeschool. So I have to make the best out of it. I don't want their homeschool to be boring and hate it. I want them to have the best experience that they can have. With bug identification, another thing that I'm doing is using books. I love reading and I want my children to love reading as well. So I've been reading to my children since they were young. I love that. So I like to provide books, picture books that they can also learn through reading. And I'm actually gonna provide what I'm using in my classroom. I like to use the library and I also like to buy my own books. Right now, I'm only using what I currently have. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick book recommendation that I have. And my sister is also going to provide that because I'm gonna have her also show what she's doing in her classroom and what she's doing it, because I have a 5 and a 4-year-old. She has a 3 and a 2-year-old. So I want you to see what you can do in all of these stages for your children. So in the back, you're going to see that I have some books that are available on the science table. They're all bug related. Teaching about weather, 2 things: experience, hands-on experience, experiments. I love experiments. I think that science is one of my favorite subjects. It's unfortunate because when I was in school, it was not my favorite subject. And now that I am an adult, it is my favorite subject to teach. I love reading. I enjoy reading. And English, I enjoy English, but my favorite one for sure is science. So I have some science experiments that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you some DIYs that you can do right at your house as well to teach your children about weather. How do I teach weather? First, every day we talk about what our weather looks like. That's number one. I have a calendar that provides little Velcro stamps about the weather. So we talk about the weather and we also go outside and play in weather. There are times that it's raining. I get them outside and experience weather. We just talk about what we see. You know, it's our environment. So they're learning about the environment. Again, I like to use books as well to learn about weather. And I also like to use videos with a lot of information. I love National Geographic. So I like to find videos also that they can see. They can grab a lot of information on that too. Also, another thing that you can do as well that I've done is look for movies or even TV shows for children that actually can help their learning experience as well. Now, for vertebrate and invertebrate, I do have a curriculum that provides the information that I need for being able to identify the difference. So first, we talk about what vertebrate means, and it means that those are animals that have bones. And what we like to do, we actually like to experience that. So I'll have my children hunch over like this, and I'll have them touch their spine, and I'll let them know that those are bones. And we talk about, I have them touch their own fingers and feel for their bones, and we are vertebrate. And we talk about the different animals that have bones. But right now, we're specifically going to focus on invertebrate animals. And the way that I found to make it a lot more interesting, again, bugs. Bugs are invertebrate animals, and specifically we're going to focus on one, and that's earthworms. And with that, I have a project that you can do as well with your children that is going to spark a lot of interest and a lot of fun for your children. My son absolutely loves, and my daughter loves this project that I got for them so that they can learn about invertebrate animals. So this is our worm farm, and I got this one from Amazon. And so right here, I'll remove this here. And my children are going to be able to watch the worm right from inside our house, right here. So this is what I provided my children. This was our project. We went outside, we collected soil and put this together, and we looked for worms outside, earthworms, and we brought them in. So they're somewhere in here. Great way, again, just to spark interest, spark curiosity. I guarantee that this is a life experience that they will remember. When your children are experiencing, they will reach mastery much quicker.
Mommy, what about that worm?
You see it? It's going down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to start right here. This is our science table. This is where we do a lot of sensory activities, anything that requires things to get messy right here, because these, we can open these and they have bins right there. So I want to show you what I have so far. We are still talking about birds. So birds, most likely we're going to continue birds all the way until summer, and then in summer we'll switch to marine life. So I still have information about birds. Right down here I have information about plants. I have information about, worms right there. That's what I have on the wall. Then on the table, I provided, again, bird. That's a poem, I believe, or a short story. I have all of these books here. I have the worm farm right here. And again, I still have this pamphlet that I've made for my kids, because we are still doing this for sure. Now, moving on to this side, I have a lot of plants that are getting ready to go out. So that's what this space is basically taking. I'll show you here really quickly. I have stones, building stones for playing, these flower toys, and loose parts. Where are they? They're all the way at the bottom, right there. Loose parts that they can do whatever they want with. Here, I still have my bird unit study out. I finally finished the life cycle of a bird, but I still have it here. I mean, this information is always out, and as you can see, it's right at the bottom. These are my animal classification folder. These right here are my season folder. Right now we're focusing on this, but they are welcome to look at any of the other seasons. Right here I have their journals, their nature journals, and their Jesus journals as well. If I move on this side, this is where I have the toys that I told you guys about, with the bugs in here. Provided a magnifying glass, and right here I have the other game. At the bottom, I have the microscope. Right here, I have the 3-part cards on the parts of a plant, and at the bottom here, I have water and land forms. It's got a little bit wet, as you can see here, because we actually take these outside and they learn about land and water forms. This is what I got right here. This is, if I step back, this is what it looks like. Now I want to show you what my kids are reading. So number one, I don't have this one in here, but I'm going to add it right here. I'm reading out loud Secret Garden. The Bible is key. Right now my children are learning about Jesus because soon we are going to be celebrating the resurrection. So Bible, this is every day. We do not miss Bible. This is the first thing we do. Bible and worship. Now, let me show you this book right here. This is whether I've been having this for a while now, actually. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's beautiful, it's bright, captures children's attention. They have a mix of art and real pictures. This is what we are using to learn about weather and seasons. This is a story about the seasons, and right now we are reading the raindrop one. Little raindrop. Here. A book that we are also reading is Body Boundaries. I think it's very important to teach children about this subject. I think soon I'll probably make a video about a unit study that focuses on body boundaries. Also, because spring is the season of color, I've had this for a long time as well. My daughter loves this book. Oops. Talks about colors and different flowers. Warm weather. Again, I have this for years. And again, weather and earthworms. So it's perfect. And this pop-up book. I mean, I have more, but I also have this pop-up book. Guess How Much I Love You. Look at this. Just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. My children love pop-up books. I make sure that if there's a pop-up book, they get it. Now, let me look at these in here. The ones I have on the table. Some bugs. This one talks about the behavior of different bugs. Bug Hotel is a lift the flap book with a lot of information. I think it's a beautiful book again. Bugs. It's another beautiful pop-up book. Look at that. Just wonderful. And it also has little flaps. My children love this one. Totally recommend. Look at that. But let's talk about art. I provided my children with both an art notebook or a sketchbook and nature journal, and they both serve a different purpose. You see that a lot of the times in all of my videos I will mention a nature journal because it's a very important part of our science journey. So in the nature journal, we like to explore, and I want my children to draw what they see and annotate. My children right now are young and they're just learning how to write. So what I like to do is I like to have them draw what they see, and everything is specific. Like if I'm talking about birds, and I'll just show you that in a second. Like this one right here, we were talking about reptiles in the beginning of the year, and she had a picture with different kinds of reptiles. So she attempted to draw the reptiles. So I just asked her, okay, which reptile is this one? She will tell me the name. I'll be the one doing the annotation. But again, nature journaling, so annotating. They're little scientists that are exploring and annotating what they see. And this is for our bird unit study. She did a robin bird and also decided to do a bird feeder. So And I also like to put little messages that she wants me to add here. So that's what the nature journals are for. Now, the art notebook or sketchbook, these are specifically to learn how to color, to learn how to draw. Right now they're learning how to draw, and sometimes they draw random things, or sometimes they draw anything related to our lesson. I'll just show you so far what my daughter has. And these, I like to get step-by-step videos. I mean, I'm pretty good at drawing too. I love art. Was actually my favorite subject in school was art, because I'm really good at it. So it's just, and my children are really good at drawing as well. She's only 5, so she'll get step-by-step videos, and they'll just learn art. Right now, they are just using crayons and color pencils, but the hope is that they grow, they'll learn how to use different mediums, just like I did. Well, that is everything for today. I hope that this video was helpful, that you were able to grab some ideas. Don't forget that soon we are going to be coming out with a spring unit study. And some of the things I already showed you that I will provide in that unit study. And this is completely free. So just be on the lookout for this information. We are coming out with a new unit study. It's not only providing videos for you guys, but also materials that you can use. Check out our TikTok as well. We have short videos on TikTok. And don't forget to visit our other YouTube videos that we have. We have some more exciting content coming up. We have DIY content coming out. We have read out loud content coming out for you. Experiment, activities. We have a lot of stuff, and we are excited to provide this for you. Share this with somebody. Maybe another mom does not necessarily is homeschooling, but maybe is looking for ideas for her children. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I hope to see you on the next video.